All right, Stevie. It's been a good night's work. You get home to your mom and your homework now, you hear me?
Mrs. Spinelli, I was wondering if I could get my paycheck in advance this week. My mom had to take a break from temping to help my dad around the house this weekend.
Yeah, of course you can. Tell them they need any help this weekend. I'm free this Sunday, too.
Thanks, Mr. Spinelli. I really appreciate that.
Hey, Steve, wait. Take this. Reheat it at 350 for 5 minutes, then 2 minutes under the broiler to get the cheese going again.
Oh, Mr. Spinelli, thanks.
Good kid. You! Up against the wall! What? Who are you? Get out of my store! Closed! You didn't hear, man? Get against the wall. Steal the cash. I ain't going nowhere. This is my store!
Nah, see, this is where the older, smarter me would have just backed off. But I was young, idealistic. And this pizza shop was life for me. I wasn't going to give it up to these two hoods. So, being the younger fool I was, I kept pressing.
Come on, let's get the money. Get out here.
Go. Sorry. I didn't mean to. Let's go, Frank! It's not as good as you think, Joe.
So it looks pretty bad for me there. But obviously, as surely as I talk to you here today, I am well. I ain't gonna defriend Frank what he did to me. You can see how wrong I was about him too. His business had just taken a hit downtown. He was no longer able to take care of his family in the easy fashion he afforded earlier. He and a buddy from work decided to start hitting up local food joints. Small cash busts on easy targets. How do I know it was him? Funny you might be asking. The cops showed up the next day and said they caught him and his buddy running away from my place. They said someone placed an anonymous call to 911 from inside the shop. I knew somewhere under that aspen exterior there was a reason he was once my friend. It all comes down to this, doesn't it? Why do we do what we do? We weren't raised this way, especially in this neighborhood. I wasn't brought up so I might someday aspire to play with dough and sauce, and Frank wasn't raised to be a desk jockey, but it happened. When push came to shove, something was more important to us. More important than our parents and what they taught us. More important than we dreamed of being. There's something so simple to all of us. When dignity stands between us and it, we'll gladly be a pizza man or rob a store. We cure cancer or kill a man. It isn't good or evil. It's love. It's family. That small group of people that evokes a protection so strong we would brave any trial. Sometimes we're able to help our families, even if we lack for helping ourselves. Sometimes we get burned. We sit, and we're forced to think about whether it was all worth it. But the answer ain't far. It's right there for all of us. Right or wrong, winner or loser, the answer's right there in front of your noses. Love keeps us going. When all else fails, when the world closes in, or whether you never really get to see it, love persists. You won't hear me talk about love in a way that's high above us. Love is this, love is that. Love is here, and empowers our actions and our thoughts. It inspires and expires. It liberates and controls us. It motivates, holds true above ordinary concepts of right and wrong. Its fire burns in us, empowers us to do what we feel we should. It is the most core, basic form of charity, and its flame rests in each of us. And yeah, when you play with fire, you're bound to get burned sometimes. I got the scars to prove it. But ultimately, it's better to have been burned by the flame than never felt the fire at all. It's the difference between existing and living. Despite the hours and the headaches and the troubles, the living makes it all worthwhile.